Hi, I have decided to go ahead and pull a card to see what this reading would be for. I got the horse card. So this reading is going to be for people who are interested in looking at getting where they want to go. And that can be for a lot of different things, not necessarily like a job or a specific thing you have in mind getting. Maybe just actually getting to a place in life where there are actual several things you're looking to have. So this applies to a lot of different situations for you, not necessarily just getting something you want or like moving even. So I have here the horse card. That's what this reading is for. But for you to choose from, I have you the Salmon card and the Heron card. So if you've chosen the Salmon card because you feel like it really matches where you're at right now, I will do this in just a minute. If you've chosen the Heron card, go ahead and skip to where I've pointed out the time, and I'll be seeing you there. For those who chose the Salmon card, this conversation is going to be about getting where you want to go. So I'm choosing a couple of cards until I feel like I've got the story that I was looking for. I like to kind of go in groups and see if they are talking the same language. I feel like this is pretty solid. Okay, so for those that chose the Salmon card, you can kind of see too with the Salmon card. I see for those that chose, maybe you were looking at, because he's going upstream, maybe getting where you want to go feels like such a challenge compared to the Heron card. I'm going to say, if you're feeling like you're having a hard time getting where you want to go, I'd say with the first card here, you're looking for protection. You're looking for a solid foundation. Preparing for this transition, this move, this assistance that you're getting, and the fact that you believe, maybe consciously or unconsciously, that there is a challenge in order to get where you want to go for any reason. I would say to you, biggest tip for this would be to go to where you feel you need to be in order to be safe. Don't let others dictate terms of the situation that you feel will get you where you want to be. Don't let other people tell you this is what you need in order to be safe. This is what you need in order to fulfill, your dreams. This is what you need, etc., etc. I would say you need to find that out for yourself, and you're the only one who will recognize that situation when you get there. So maybe this cards are trying to tell you, if you feel like this is going to be such a challenge getting where you need to go, you should really be focusing on your terms and it happening when you feel it needs to happen. You're the only one that knows what that looks like. Let the universe do the rest of that work for you. Obviously, do some work in developing the momentum. Be receptive towards new ways of it happening, but ultimately you do need to be the one that's manifesting this. These are your details that you want happening just the right way. I would say for you, really focus on what your needs and your desires are in order to get there in a safe way, so that you don't feel like, because honestly, when you're not safe, it can make you do lots of crazy things. And it can take you out of alignment with your desires because you're worried about your basic needs more than you are being creative, coming from the right state of mind. So, like I said, I think that's what that's trying to say. this here, I would say stones are so firm and unmoving. They're so full of, like, they're just dense, you know? I think what this card is trying to say is, if you're trying to get somewhere and you feel like it's a challenge, find you really want to focus on finding your, like I said, finding your safe space. But this is adding to that. I think this is saying, find an area in your life where you feel you can move from a position of strength. Try to move from those areas that you feel confident in. Don't try to push out in areas that you have been untested in, that you have not yet mastered your skills. This is saying, depend on something that you are already quite confident in and is an area of strength for you. Sometimes a transition can come with it other things that you're resistant to, and as a result you end up resisting the entire thing happening because you're set on it happening a specific way. This card is saying, let go of your conceptions of how this thing is going to be taking place. And it's talking about some of the, I guess you could say, the resistance you have to some of the good things that come along with it. If it's a job, do you have resistance to certain lines of work, certain schedules, maybe even the kind of job it is? Is it a job where you feel you'll be challenged? Don't always assume what's coming for you is not going to actually be fulfilling. Obviously, trust your intuition to a degree, but this is saying, when it comes to transitions, people have resistance to the object that's lying right in front of them and could give them everything they want because they think they know what's best. And I think this is just saying, question that. Take a step back, reevaluate, reconsider. And I think this is also saying the same thing too. I've talked about this card and the other reading we just had with Promise. This card says to me, you can learn from everything. A challenge is really about interacting with something that you feel is immovable or unresponsive, or maybe even it's a person and they won't listen to you. When it comes to a challenge, this is about really understanding your obstacle. If you can confront it, understand it, see it for what it is, without judgment, without judging yourself, without judging them, see it for what it is, you can become more objective, you can address the problem from the right distance, and it should go a lot easier for you. That's it for the Salmon reading. For the people who chose the Heron, here's some cards for you. I felt called to pull another card, and I see why. Okay, so the Heron to me represents the people who feel like getting where they want to go isn't really, like, they don't feel so intimidated by it, but for some reason there's still a blockage. It's still not coming. They feel like, I've done everything I thought needed to be done, and I'm still not getting there. That's what it says to me. If you chose that, these little things are going to help you out. For me, it says, the boredom card says you're feeling uninspired. Maybe you're out of ideas as to how to move forward. Maybe you're feeling like you're just not being stimulated. Everywhere around you is this abundance. Everything around you, there's life, there's movement, there's fluidity, except for you. So I would say if you're having difficulty getting where you're going and you're feeling uninspired, this card says, maybe I'm getting the idea, have some humility. I think it just popped into my head. Have some humility. Think about maybe you're thinking that you know the answer, you know where this inspiration should be coming from, and it's not coming from there, so you're just not going to accept it coming from other places. If you feel like that's speaking to you, I would suggest just, I see what it's saying. It's saying, especially if you're creative, the idea isn't to force your inspiration through in the way that you believe it should come. The idea is to practice the art of creation as like a discipline. Some people say writing every day. If you're going to be a writer, that's the only way. If you think that you're in some dry spell, you're being blocked from your inspiration, you need to go back to the basics. Start your routine over again. Try going back to something you feel is repetitive and relearn it in a new way. Try doing something different like that. This card to me is a lot. I have a lot of memories with this card. I would say this has more to do with this card says to me confrontation. You being called? Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I see altogether this is talking about respect. There's I think a sense of respect for I guess this is just me personally. If you align with this, that's great. For me personally, I feel like there should be in general a respect for kind of, I guess you could say, the big cosmic joke. Irony, the contrast of life, the way things just happen. Having a sense of humor, recognizing life for what it is as expansion, as contrast, as everything happening in its right timing, that we are not the ones that know the best. Letting go of that and showing respect for the way of nature, the cycle of nature, the cycle of life. Everybody stands on a different spoke of the wheel throughout their life, and no one spoke is more important or less important or crappier or better than the other. It's all on the same wheel. It all spins and you all go through the same cycle. All these cards say that to me. This card, because of it's kind of showing you this object focus in the distance, the bull, the heron again, the I think those are crows, and then this shape in the water here too, this kind of object of fertility, like it looks like an egg, this round shape. The ideas, the things you're trying to manifest coming into place, but also this idea of something being across the river, like beyond your current reach. These two cards for me signal a calling, but that if you're for some reason feeling uninspired, you're feeling out of ideas, it's because you haven't responded to the call. Look a little deeper. And this one being respect, I'd say maybe I think this is just saying there's a little bit more work to be done. Maybe... Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so I think respect and the ancestor together here say to me, if you're having issues with inspiration, it's time to quiet yourself more. It's time to declutter. It's time to get rid of some things. It's time to quiet your mind. Maybe spend more time with maybe spend more time on your own. If you find that you're spending a lot of time with friends lately, hoping to have that inspiration with your people you're collaborating with, maybe this is the time to actually go spend some time on your own, collect your thoughts, maybe get some reserves, save up some energy, rest a little bit. But I think this is also saying for this top card here is very important, I think, in this one. If you don't hear the drum, I think that's what it's saying. If you're not hearing the drum, if you're not hearing the calling, you need to quiet yourself a little bit more. And that will help, help you with your discernment and help you to tell where to start. Anyways, I think that's all I've got. So, if you like what you're hearing, and you like the way that I'm doing this, I don't quite have a similar style to what Promise does. I do things a little differently. If you have questions about how that works and you're interested in getting readings from me, feel free to contact Promise until my channel is up. In the meantime, I might be doing it mostly on hers. And like I said, email for questions if you want. Details are posted on the video. It'll also talk about my rates and what exactly it is that I offer. Well, I hope that what you heard helped. Let me know what you think.